And welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. I am your co-host, Dani Galarno, and Ricky's not here today. So today was my first solo episode. I was literally shitting my pants before, being like, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? So please just give me a break. But I think I did pretty well, given that it's literally been a year since my first episode. But it was a lot of fun. We had Teigen Gayes on today. She was amazing. She just co-hosted the CMAOs of Ontario, Country Music Awards of Ontario yesterday, which me and Ricky actually attended last year. We couldn't make it this year. And she just released a couple new songs, and she has so many new things coming up and new festivals. So the episode was a lot of fun. I think it was really great. We had a lot of girl chats, and we talked about what's next and kind of like how she got into this industry. She's a country singer, and she did sing a little on that podcast, so that was a lot of fun to hear. She has a beautiful voice, and it was just great being able to sit down with her and chat with her. Ricky was definitely not missed this episode, so that's okay. But that just means we're on to new and better things sometimes. So I hope you listen to this, Ricky, and enjoy. And with that, I'm just going to say it myself. Let's fucking go. Absolutely love how you took your shoes off.
I know. I was like, I need to get cozy.
Because I do this all the time. And like, I'm not gonna lie, we have a lot of men on the podcast, and they're always like, what the fuck, you're taking your shoes off, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting cozy. Like, what do you want me to do, sit here and be like proper the whole time? Like, no, like, I want to get cozy. I want to be able to like sit there and chat.
Yeah, you gotta relax and like, yeah, let the creative juices flow.
No, like, that was my favorite thing that you've done. Like, that, like, instantly I was like, hey, we're gonna become best friends. Like, we are pals now.
Oh my god, that makes me happy.
So welcome to the Pals Podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
How's your day been?
It's been really good. It's been a fun day. Yeah, me and Jess have been. It's been a nice fun press day, and I was co-hosting the CMA awards last night.
So we were supposed to be there.
Oh my gosh,
we went
really?
last year, and then again, like, I had a bridal shower come up. Ricky had like a family thing come up, so we had to cancel like last week. And I was like, no, because it's been so fun seeing you.
Yes.
And then having you on today. That's what happened last year. Is that last year we met all these people after they won the awards, like the media room.
Yeah.
And then they came through, we interviewed them a bit, like did like 1 minute interviews. And then we actually had a bunch of them on the podcast after. So it's like, it was nice, like kind of meet them and then have them on.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Now I'm sad. I wish you would have been there.
I know, but how was it?
It was so much fun.
Was this your first time like hosting an award show?
Yes, it was my first time going to the CMAOs, and then it was my first time co-hosting any award show. And it was so much fun. Like, I wasn't sure how I was going to do. I mean, I have like that personality. Like, I love being on stage. So like, I knew that I was going to enjoy it, but I was like, am I going to do a good job? Like, I'm like, I've never done it before. Like, sometimes under pressure and like, we kind of like just got like the cards right before, and I was like, I hope I pronounce everything. So I was just like, all these little things that were going through my head that I was like, just wanted to do a good job.
I feel like the most nerve-wracking thing would be like the names.
Yes.
Because there's so many names out there that you could just do like the smallest, and it's like,
and if you mess up someone's name, it sucks, because I mean, I've had my name messed up before, and I'm not going to make the end of the world about it, but like, I know some people do get really upset about it. And especially when you're like winning an award or you're getting introduced or something, like, it sucks when someone pronounces your name wrong. So that was like my biggest fear. So like, I like right before the show, I like went through and I ran through it with the lady who was like running the show, and I was like, please tell me if I am pronouncing anything right or wrong. And every time I came off stage, I was like, did I say the name right? Did I say it right?
It's like this like anxiety, like,
yes,
just that small bit.
Yeah.
How is it different from you like hosting a show like that versus like performing on stage?
Oh my god, it's completely different. Because like when I sing songs, I know the songs, I know what I'm gonna say, I know what I'm gonna do, and it's almost like I have like like an alter ego when I'm on stage performing. Because like I'm generally like, I don't know, like I'm not shy, but I don't know, it's weird. Like when I get on stage and I know that I have to like put on a show, like my biggest concern is like I just want everyone to have a good time. I want to put on a show. I want everyone to have fun. And like it's the same thing when it goes for like what I did last night. I want everyone to have a good time, but it was just, it's different because I'm talking and I'm having to read something and it's new and like
It's
I don't
like
know,
putting yourself out of your comfort zone, but still within the same realm.
yes, exactly.
And like you're surrounded by people in the industry who you've probably met before, you've been around.
Everyone knows who I am. And
everyone
I'm
knows
like,
who you are, and it's like you don't want to, but it's kind of like the similar thing. Honestly, I'm gonna put it straight out there. This is actually my first solo episode.
oh my gosh.
And I'm actually, so as soon as you walked in, I was like, thank God. I'm like, holy shit, like thank God this is gonna be perfect for me, because I was actually gonna do one in 2 weeks from now, but like I was gonna get like some girlfriends on just to kind of like ease myself into it.
Yeah.
It's not like I haven't done this podcast for the past year, but it's just my first one without my co-host.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad that I get to be the first too.
Yes, it's like a milestone event. Like, you had your first milestone yesterday.
Yeah.
This is my first milestone today.
Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy for you.
Yeah,
We're gonna have so much fun.
we are. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. The one thing is, I'm just like, is the camera okay? Is it recording? I'm like, just like in my head, like making sure everything's good. Okay, so much has happened. You've done so much. You released a new single, Better Mistake, right?
Yes.
How has that been?
It's been really cool. I wrote that song it was actually the first song I ever wrote in Nashville, one of my first trips a couple years ago. So like I've been sitting on this song for a few years now. And it was a song title that I had in my phone that I brought into a room and
So you had the title before you actually had the song?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool, like, as songwriters, like, you go into this room, and, like, sometimes you know the people, sometimes you don't, and you have, like, all these titles, or you have, like, lyrics or something, and everyone goes around in a circle and tells their ideas, and then usually, like, you know, if you're the artist or if you're the songwriter, you're like, do you like this idea? What do you want to write? Because ultimately you want to do whatever like the artist wants to do, and so it's like it's really interesting thing how it happens. But I had the title, and so we went with the title, and then it was not pulled from like real life experience in any way. We just kind of well, I mean, I guess it was kind of pulled from it, but I wasn't going through that at the time. Like the song is about
like some subconsciously sometimes it
yes.
goes through, but it's like not maybe in the moment right
exactly now. So like I was writing and I was like pulling, but like I wasn't going through that in the moment. Like the song is about falling in love with someone you never expected to fall in love with, and it's more like a friend. Like it was like a friend that you fell in love with, that you kind of decided to try things out with, and it worked out. And yeah, we ended up writing the song, and I played it at a couple shows. Actually, I played it at all my shows for the next couple years, and I just always had people reach out and say that they really liked it, and so I decided to put it out.
That's such a like nice feeling.
Yeah,
like actually knowing, because I just feel like we talk to so many artists, and they'll have these songs that either like they love or they hate. Yeah. And they want to put it out, but they're kind of scared, but it's like you don't know what to do, and like in that moment, like you're going and actually playing them for fans, and they're receiving it so well.
Yeah,
so it almost makes you want to like push it out even more.
Oh, totally. Like it's very gratifying when someone messages you after a show and you haven't released a song yet, and they're like, hey, like, where can we find this song? Like, we really like it. It's like, oh, it's such a good feeling, you know?
I feel like we ask this to a lot of people, but everyone has such different answers. Like, what do you prefer doing? Do you like going up on stage and kind of singing, or do you like the back end working on the song part?
Honestly, I love it both. I mean, I'm a performer, born and bred. I was a competitive figure skater growing up. I love entertaining. Like I love it. Like I get a high from it. I get a high when I write a song and I'm like, wow, I feel like I got something really good. Like that can be really thrilling. But being on stage and like putting on a show and like even meeting people before, meeting people after is such a high. Like I love it when people come up to you at the end of a show or before a show and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, but can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, I live for this. Like, yes, you want 10? I'll give you 10 photos. Like, of course.
What was that like I made it moment for you?
I made it moment. My I made it moment. Well, I mean, I think writing a song with Chad Kruger was like a pretty cool, like,
Yeah.
I must be doing something right moment.
You're like listening to his songs when you're younger. And then,
Yes.
like now you're like, oh, I'm actually sitting in a room writing a song with you. Like, how did I get here?
Yeah, that was definitely like, oh my God, like this is pretty cool. Like I must be doing something right moment.
Was there like one show in particular where you're like, holy shit, this felt amazing?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I feel like every show, like playing like the festivals.
You've played a lot of festivals.
I have like,
and like being on festivals too, it's like you're not only like coming into the scene of it, but you're playing with like some of the top of the top artists in the industry.
And it's so cool. Like honestly, I just like love my life. Like I love it. I'm literally feel like the luckiest girl in the whole world, like getting to travel and do what I love and like go to these festivals and get like brought here, brought there, like doing press, like doing all this stuff. I'm just like,
do you think you'll ever get sick of it?
No, I really don't. I mean, obviously I get tired.
Yeah.
Like, but am I tired of it? No. Like I love it, but like I get like kind of tired and just like depending on like, you know, what I'm doing that day or what's going on. But it's like the best kind of tired you can be. Like I love it. I'm like, if this
you're
is
doing what you love,
I'm doing what I love, and it's like it's so much fun. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world.
No,
I
get that because there's even like some days like I have a full-time job in a completely different industry, and like there's days like where I'm just done and I don't want to do anything. But then I come here and I get to meet people like you, and I'm like, this is why I do this.
Yeah.
To come and meet people.
Yeah.
Completely different like levels, but it's these moments that like kind of make it worth it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay,
that makes me happy.
Bring it back though, because I always like wonder like how you were in figure skating.
Yeah.
How did you make that switch and be like, I'm gonna become a singer? And like,
well, I mean, I was very young when I was in figure skating. Like I did it from a very young age. Like I think I put on my first pair of skates at age 3. And like my mom just said like I was a little firecracker. She's like, she put me on the ice and she said that I would just like skate and I'd run into the boards and I would get up and I'd skate together and I'd run into the boards. And I was just like such a like, I was very like, I wish like, and I still have it, but like I wish I was like the same person I was when I was 3. And I know that like she's still in me somewhere, but like she did not let anything get in her way, like not a single thing. I'm like, I thought I was like when I look back at my 3-year-old self, 4 or 5-year-old self, I'm like, I was the coolest little kid in the entire world. I'm like, I am obsessed with who I was at that age. Like I wish I could get some of that back, but you grow up and like things happen and blah, blah, blah and whatever. But it was my whole life, figure skating. Sorry, I kind of went off topic there for a minute, but figure skating was my whole life growing up and it was a lot. And it was like summer school. It was like spring school and after ice or like after school, and it was all the time. We had off ice and everything. Like it was just never ending. So at the age of 14, I just felt like I never got to be a kid. Like I didn't really get to like be a kid or live like do anything that my friends were doing. Like I wanted to just hang out with my friends for a summer or a night or any time at all. So I finally was just told my mom, I was like, I don't love it anymore. It's not what I want to do. And I mean, I know it broke my mom's heart because she loved it. And like I was really good. Like,
and you obviously put like so much time.
Yes, so much time.
From that age. Like that's when you're building like
I know.
everything.
And I felt bad for my mom because I know she wanted it for me so bad. Like she really wanted it for me. And it was like, you know, that's a lot of money and that's a lot of time that you put into your kids, you know, taking them to summer school and spring school and outfits and everything. And so like it was devastating for me to just be like, Mom, like I don't love it anymore. Like my heart's not in it. But I did want to like stop before I took it too far and whatever. So and so I quit. And when I quit, I was like still had like this drive inside me. I just didn't know like where I was supposed to be driving it. And like that's when I turned to music, and it was kind of like there, it just like never stopped. And I'm like so glad that I did it because I felt so guilty quitting.
But like, how did you know you had a good voice?
I always kind of liked to sing, like growing up.
Okay, so you always like kind of sang.
Yeah, like
it's always like one thing I think about, like when I like talk to different artists, and I'm like, when was that like moment that it's like not just your mom telling you you're good, other people are being like, oh, you have a good voice.
My brother's hockey tournament in Tumbler Ridge, when people were literally like little kids. I was probably like, oh my God, like 6 or 7. And people were paying me. Kids were running to get money from their mom to go give me money to sing. And I always like remember being in like a circle of like kids like around me, like listening to me sing.
Wait, were they younger or older?
There were some that were like a little bit older, but
like that moment's like, oh, boys are running to give you money. Like
they were like older, but like still kids. Like I was pretty young, so like a couple years older or whatever. But it was like kids still like wanting to hear me sing. It was really cute. And so like I always knew I could sing. And then there was like a couple like times I would do like little talent shows and whatnot. And so I just like I knew I could sing. I knew I liked it.
You just need to know what was next for you after like skating. Like,
yeah.
I can sing. I still have this like drive in me. Like what's next?
Yes. And then I started writing music. And then like my uncle, like he loved guitars. His passion was guitars. So he would fix like broken guitars and he would give them to me, and we shared that passion together. And so I started writing music, and then I went to audio school after high school. I moved to Kelowna and took the audio engineer program there. And then after that, honestly, I just like kind of worked odd jobs. I started with like releasing music in 2016. I released a couple songs. Nothing really happened. Like I didn't really have anyone helping me. I didn't know what to do or how to maneuver or anything.
Like you did all your first songs yourself.
Yeah, like I had a couple guys from Calgary helping me out a little bit. Like they produced, and then they kind of helped me with releasing it, but like still didn't know what I was doing or like how it worked or anything. And then nothing ever happened, and I was like, oh wow, you don't just like wake up and someone's banging on your door and being like, here's a record deal. That's not how it works. my mom always told me that, but I was like, no, someone's gonna come knocking on my door. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. You never know.
Yeah, totally. And then I started, I wrote a song and released it, and it ended up getting a trending track for Stingray Radio in BC, in Kelowna. And honestly, the rest is history. I got my foot in the door, and I started going to like the events, CCMAs, and started meeting industry people and just like really understanding the business, and started writing more music and just getting to know the industry. I started working with my manager, and honestly, it's just like it's kind of just been like
taken off from there.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the one thing that people forget, is that it is a business and it isn't like something you have to learn.
Oh yeah,
it's not just sitting there writing, releasing. Like there's so much into it. And I feel like people on the outside forget how much gets put into just like having these songs released.
Yeah.
And like how many years you could put in. So our favorite thing too is that we always say like, how many songs do you have in the vault?
Oh God, so many ones that I like love, and I like can't wait for people to hear. Like I wish that I could release an album tomorrow.
Let's just say like your manager, your team, everyone was like, yeah, no, you cannot release a song, but this is like the song that you like are absolutely what would you do?
I would release it 100%.
Because sometimes I feel like it's hard, because it's like it's so like such a tough thing, because like obviously they're professionals in the industry and like they know and they want, but at the same time this is like could be your everything.
I guess if it was like, I shouldn't say like I'd release it 100%. If it was something that was like, if I was like saying something like bad, like I don't know, like maybe if there was like a something I should be saying on there, and they're like, don't, like, I'd probably be like, okay, you're right.
You'll take their.
But if I truly believed in it and I loved it, I knew that there was nothing wrong with it, and they're telling me I shouldn't release it.
But I also feel like if you truly believed in it, they would too.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why, like, you're around them and they're surrounding you as your team.
100%. I will say, like, the team of people that I have surrounding me right now would want to do what makes me happy. So, yeah.
So where are you based out of right now?
BC.
So you're still in BC? Out in Kelowna?
I actually live in Nashville right now.
Okay.
I just moved. But, sorry, this stuff is so good.
Isn't it good?
It's so good, and you could probably hear in the microphone.
No, you can't. They don't pick up the side nose.
But yes, I live in Nashville now, but I'm originally born and raised Chetwynd, British Columbia, and I live in Kelowna now. Or wait, I live in Nashville now, but then I moved to Kelowna. Yeah.
I've never been to Kelowna. My sister has. Her best friend moved there in high school. I remember, like, shipping her off back in grade 8 on a plane, being like, okay, go have fun.
Go have fun.
Comes home, she's like all bruised and like scratched. Like, what happened? She was, I went to a cherry farm and like fell. Gosh. But she like was obsessed with it. But
that's so funny.
Vancouver's
that sounds
beautiful,
like Kelowna.
Yeah, Vancouver, BC in general is just like beautiful.
It is, yeah.
Like such a nice place. But Nashville's fun. I feel like Nashville is also like the epitome of like center of music.
It is.
Especially for like country music.
Mm-hmm. You need to go. It's unreal. It's a hoot.
I went last year with family.
Oh, so you've been.
I went last year, yeah. I went with family though, but I haven't gone with like we just did like wholesome Nashville things.
Oh, which are the best ones? But you want to go with some girls and get a little wild.
Yeah. I want to go to I want to have some fun.
You want to go have some Broadway fun.
Yeah. We stayed right off of Broadway too, so like every time we'd walk by, we're just like, this is a lot. But it was good. So, oh my God. I was going to ask you a question and I can't even remember what I was going to ask you.
Don't you love that?
I just got backtracked by Nashville memories.
I love that.
Okay, so festivals. I want to go back to that.
Okay.
What was your first festival?
My first festival. Oh my gosh. And
like you have a lot coming up this year too, don't you?
I do. I think this wasn't like a festival, but I remember my first show and it was like I had so much fun and I was so excited to get back out there. And I think I was playing like in Kamloops at the wildlife, like at a zoo. And there was like, they were putting on a concert and I played at the zoo and I was just like, oh my God, this is so much fun. Like I finally got like that little taste of like showing up to a show and getting a green room and getting snacks.
What's your rider?
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay, I'm excited to hear this.
We just changed my rider.
Okay.
And we just put chicky nuggies on my rider.
Amazing. Is there a specific kind?
McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only the best.
Of course, only the best. So we just did that. So that was really exciting. But I have like red or white wine. I have like a sandwich tray or like a meat and cheese tray or veggie tray. Like some pop. I think there's Coors Light on there or Coronas or something on there. I for some reason I'm going to have to ask why, but even the guys were asking me, they're like, why do you have batteries on your rider? And I don't know why. I'm going to have to ask about that.
Because like, you never know when you need batteries.
True, I guess. But I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't put that on there, so I'll have to see what that's about. But there's batteries on there, so we get batteries, crackers, like... So it's like, oh yeah, I throat coat, honey's a big one. Some of those things, like I really, trying to be like, get a little bit of something for everybody, you know?
Something for everything. Yeah.
Because there's usually like 5 or 6 people in there that I'm trying to accommodate.
I love how you updated it though with chicken nuggies.
I know, right? Me
There's
too.
nothing, but do you have like specific sauces?
Oh yeah, sweet and sour all the way.
Okay.
What about you?
The same.
Yeah, right.
But I also like think that like every dip has to have a different sauce. Like I'm a big sauce gal.
Okay, wait, you think that every...
Like I think like even with like French fries, like...
Oh, for sure.
Everything has to... I like different flavors. Like a hot, sweet and sour all the time. Mm-hmm. But like even like their hot mustard at McDonald's.
Oh, I've never had it.
Get a side of mac sauce.
Oh yeah, okay.
Gotta get a mix of
sauce.
everything.
With chicken sauce for the fries, a little bit for the nuggies.
And then the old trick I used to have there is their Thai sauce.
Oh.
Mixed with the mayo.
Oh my god.
The best combination you'll ever have.
Okay, I'm going to remember that one.
Not all of them will actually do it, but if you get that one that does it, changes your life.
Right.
Someone taught me this like literally 10 years ago, and it's like on and off from like when they have it, but when they do, unreal.
I'm so here for this. Okay. All right.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to check this out.
It's the little thing.
It is. It's the little things in life. I think I like this little life.
So I saw one of your TikToks.
Oh yes, me eating a nugget, singing that.
No. The one that just sent me. I was like, how is this not gone mega viral?
Oh my god, which one?
The one you're like Shrek.
Oh, I know.
No. Like me and my girlfriends have a group chat, and it's literally called like Shrek, and like it's just 3 of us, and like we just send like Shrek memes and like things all the time in it, and I'm like, that is the funniest thing I've ever.
Oh my god. Yeah, I thought that was so funny too. I was like, why does this not have like 5 million views?
No. Like I literally was just watching it. I'm like, I don't understand because this literally would.
I did something wrong. No. I have to repost it.
That's the one thing about TikTok I don't understand, because like something could be viral for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And then like the next one after, not at all.
I know.
And it doesn't make sense. But like,
it doesn't make sense.
how does that feel as like an artist when you're like releasing stuff? Because like you have so many like streams and views on TikTok, and then it's like it can go so up and down.
I hate it. It's literally the worst feeling. Like wanting something to go viral. Like especially your music. Like if I post like funny, silly things, like it's fine. But like that's why it's so hard. Like posting like music things, because that's what you really want. It's like you want it to be,
and it's almost like a vulnerable side too. Like you can post the other things and it's like, okay, it's funny, it's this, like it's me just being, people get to see like your personality.
Yeah,
but when you post the music, like you want it to go a certain way.
I shouldn't say I hate it. Like I love it, you know. It's like I enjoy doing it, but when like it does, like, you know, when you post something and you like believe in it, you love it so much, and it doesn't do well, you're like, okay, well,
but it also doesn't define
you
as an artist.
And that's at the beginning where it would like kind of throw me off a little bit, where now I'm kind of used to it.
Think
about
like, there's
next.
not a single universal artist now that has their music on TikTok.
I know, but didn't they get that back?
I don't even know, because I still feel like I have sounds removed. I don't know, some of them. But then we also like we had on Michael Marchese, who his career started because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Like he was literally, we had him on the podcast a couple months ago, and he was like, I was ready to quit. He was in a band, quit, released a song, released a clip of his song solo. That took off on TikTok. So it's like, I feel like the social media game is just such like it doesn't define you as an artist, but it can also be like that instant gratification that you can see.
That's why we hate to love it. We love to hate it.
It's so fun to be on.
Yeah. Here we are.
I know, here we are every single day scrolling, taking over our whole lives.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So funny.
I'm just, yeah. It's just one of those things.
I know. But I do genuinely like enjoy doing social media, especially when it's just like me being able to be myself. When I can go on and be myself and just be myself, like it's, how many times can I say be myself? Then it's fun.
How do you like doing the promo for when you're releasing new songs?
If I find like unique ways to do it, I like it. You know what I mean? Like if I can find like fun, like unique, different ways, I do enjoy it. But when I'm kind of doing like the same thing over and over and over again, it can get like a little
redundant.
Yes. So I'm trying to find like different like ways to
different like outlets too to put it out there.
Yeah, definitely. Just trying to think out of the box a little bit, you know?
Which is kind of nice.
It is. It is. It makes it fun.
I just feel like sometimes as fans, you can like sit there and you can see the same thing over, or you can tell when the artist is being disingenuous.
Yes.
Is that a word? Yes.
Yes.
So it's like nice and refreshing to see someone actually put out what they want to put out.
Yeah.
It's a very rare these days.
I know, because you're You just get stuck in doing what's easy or what everyone else is doing, and it's like, okay, like we need to be doing something a little different here, which I'm guilty of. Like I also
it happens
need to be,
sometimes. Like it happens all the time, but it's
Yeah.
like you need to like. It's also nice to find that kind of sweet spot.
Yeah.
I was also gonna ask you before, like, what got you into country music specifically?
I love this question because country music just kind of like whenever I would write music and whenever I would sing it, it always just came out country, and I don't know why. Like I guess I grew up on country music, but I kind of, grew up on other genres as well. But for some reason, whenever I wrote and sang country music, or whenever I wrote and sang, it just kind of came out as a country song.
Way.
I was like, all right, I guess I'm country.
Do you listen? Because that's another thing. Do you listen to the same genre as you perform?
Yeah,
like, right?
I do, but I also listen to other stuff as well. Yeah, I kind of listen to a little bit of everything.
I just feel like country right now is like just the best time.
Oh my God, it is.
The best time, because there's not one person I know that doesn't listen to at least one country song. Even if they say like, oh, I don't like country music, I don't listen to it.
Yeah.
I play a song and they're singing along. I'm like,
right?
Yay, you can't not say you like it. And it goes with every single setting.
It's a good time to be in country music, that's for sure.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Well, every artist.
Yeah.
Because like even Beyonce coming out with it and like all these how does that feel as an artist in country with all these other artists coming into the scene?
I think it's sick. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. We showed up
here.
late to the party, but here we are. No, I think it's cool. I mean, I think that like it's it's a good time to be in country music. It's like the hot thing right now.
How long are you in Toronto for?
I leave Wednesday.
Okay, have you been out in Toronto yet?
I've been out a couple times, like the last few times I've been here. Like I'm going out tomorrow night and.
Where's your mic?
Oh, sorry.
No, okay.
Oh my God.
We have shitty ass mics. No, because I was gonna say there's a country bar that just opened up last year on King West. It's called Paris, Texas.
Oh, just maybe we'll have to check it out.
I don't know if tomorrow's the night. I feel like it might not be on the weekday, but it's one of those like upscale country. But they've brought in a lot of artists to do like performing songs and stuff. Like Dasha came.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say this wrong, but I know his song Shabuzi.
Oh yeah.
He came the other week.
Oh my God, I love that song. I actually just put it into my set.
Someone
pull me up a double shot of whiskey.
Yes.
They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. So good.
Stunning voice.
Thank you. It's a little tired right now.
Oh my God.
Little Teagues was tying into one after the CMAOs last night.
Yeah, okay. So actually last year you guys had the whole after party after everything last year.
Yeah, we had it this year as well.
So it was in Mississauga. Where was it last night?
The hotel bar lobby.
At the hotel bar lobby?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, same. Because last year was in Hamilton.
Yeah.
And
how was it in Hamilton?
We didn't go to the after party. I actually went to go get food after.
Where'd you go get food?
Just a taco place.
Oh, lovely.
We were starving. We gotta get out of here. But I heard it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of like friends who were there that just had a blast, and I feel like everyone just like one of those like moments where it's like this is done. But I also feel like the award show itself, everyone goes there as much as you're there for work and you're there kind of to like honor each other.
Yeah.
Everyone's going there for a good time.
Yeah.
And like everyone's kind of seeing each other. Everyone's gathering together and just like we're here. Because like we had some artists last year that we were friends with who had been on the podcast, and they were just like drinking and having the best time. I'm like, I love this energy.
Aww.
That it wasn't so like serious.
Yeah.
Which is nice to see.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a good time for everyone to hang out and see like each other and see everyone that they haven't seen in a long time.
Personalities come out in different ways.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that. So much fun. Okay, so what's next for you? Like, what
is next? Well, I go back. I have a couple more days of press, and then I go back to Nashville. I have to shoot a music video for the single, and then I'm playing CMA Fest, and then I got a bunch of shows lined up for the summer, and keep writing new music. I mean, yeah, I just still writing all summer and recording. I'm even working on recording the next single right now, and yeah, so
So
that's
like you're
kind of,
busy. It's like just like nonstop.
oh, it's
On and
nonstop.
off.
It's nonstop. But I, again, like I love it.
So what do you do for like me time?
I like food. I like drinks. I like baths. I like movies. I like partying.
You said baths, and I'm like, oh my god. Someone asked me like, what do you do for me time? I'm like, oh, I like to see my friends and I like hanging out, but I also love a bath.
Oh yeah, the bath's
Come
the best.
home and go in the
Oh, that
bath.
sounds so nice.
I was in
right?
London the other week, and even like after we were going out, I'm like, I don't have a bath in here, and I'm not gonna take a bath at this hotel, but I'm gonna take a shower just because I just need some like time by myself.
I know, those are like,
It's like just like the
good
best
me time.
Yeah.
Even like going for a hike, going for a walk, like going to the gym, like going to sit by the pool. Like I honestly, like I'm so.
Are you
I
able
like
to
do it all.
disconnect like that when you're so busy doing other things?
Yeah, like, yeah, I think so. Like from it, I guess it just depends. Like, you mean like for an hour, or do you mean for like a day, or like?
What do you need?
Yeah,
to-
well, no, I am.
It's kind of like, what do you need to recharge your battery?
Literally like alone time sometimes. Like I just need like alone time. Like if I'm like go, I just want to go like be alone for a few hours, watch a movie, or like sit there and like not talk, or what, put something on, take a bath, like just do something. And then after like I recharge my battery a little bit, then I like want to see my friends. And then but I definitely find that like I like being alone for a little hot minute after like
Even if
a
I feel like
run.
if it's like a couple hours, it just kind of gives you that moment just to kind of
Yes.
sit there,
Yes.
put your phone down, and then you get back into it. Because
Yeah.
like I'm a very social person. I love seeing people, but when it's like constant every single day, I feel like there's those moments sometimes where it just you need to sit by yourself and like sit my thoughts.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because you give so much, and then you're like, okay, I need to just like get it back for a little minute, and then you're ready to like give it back. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of bring it back to like you when you're writing songs. When do you like writing best? Like when you're going through heartbreak, when you're happy? Because I know like before you were even saying like you had to kind of dig deep before, but
Yeah.
do you find it easier writing?
Yeah, like right now, like I love writing. I went through a breakup in December, and I've been like having the best time writing music right now. Like it's just really
It almost brings the positive out of
yeah,
the situation.
100%.
But it's like free therapy
Yes, exactly. Free therapy.
because you can kind of just work through it.
Yeah. So I do love like sad, I love like a good song that's going to make me cry or pull something
Sometimes
out
there's
of
just
me.
those moments when you're sitting in the car driving and you're just like, you need those songs. Like that's the
Yeah.
moment you need.
Yes, you're like, I want to cry and make me cry.
But I also feel like you can hear it too when like artists are like going through it and they're just like, I needed to bring this out to almost for them to go through it with us.
Yes.
But how is that singing the song afterwards when you're in a good place? Or have you ever been in like a new relationship and you've had to sing like old songs about past relationships and
I still feel like I can feel it.
yeah?
Yeah.
Does like the new partner ever have like any issues? Or do they like
Well, I guess it depends which one, but I've had like a couple different boyfriends, but in the last like few years, but yeah, I mean, I had a couple jealous boyfriends,
it can't be easy. Like I feel like that's like I feel like I even heard like an interview at Coachella with like Charlie D'Amelio, and someone asked her like, "Oh, how do you feel of like someone like writing a song about you? Like one of your exes writing a song about you?" And she's like, "Oh, I kind of like it. Like me and my friends laugh about it now." But I'm like, sometimes you just don't know like how do you really feel? And, like how does the artist feel singing that song later on when they're in a different place?
Yeah, I think getting a song written about you is so like what a special thing.
Right? It's
Right?
there
For some-
forever. I feel like the person should be honored regardless.
100% for someone to write a song about you, like that's a big deal. Like,
Do you
that's
ever
pretty cool.
tell an ex that the song is about them?
Depends if it's a good song or a bad song. I did write like one of the first songs I ever wrote in high school. I wrote a song about one of my friends that like I had a big crush on, and I had a crush on him. I wrote a song about him, and then I stopped having a crush on him because you know what it's like in high school. You have a crush on someone every 2 weeks. So, my friend, like a year, 6 months later or whatever, like it was some time had passed. She heard the song and she ended up sending it to him. And I was like, oh my God, like I cannot believe you did that. But I didn't know that she did that. He called me one day and was like, I heard you wrote a song about me. And I was like, oh my God. I remember just like being so like frantic, running to my bathtub, sitting in my bathtub and pulling my hood over like my head and being like, how did you know that I wrote this song about you? Like, oh my God. And he's like, Callie sent it to me. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to kill her. I remember calling her. I'm like, why did you send that to him? She's like, it was just so good. I had to send it to him. I was like, I hate you. Don't ever talk to me again. And she's like, it was so good. I was like,
now the next song's about her and how she did this.
Seriously, I was like, I cannot believe you did this. I didn't actually hate her. I actually thought it was, thought it was funny. But like, he has never let me live that down since. Like, and we're still like really great friends, and we'll still like laugh about it and talk about it and stuff.
Oh my God, I love that. It's like kind of like a full circle moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so fun.
Yeah, it was funny.
Is there any
Callie Pim?
Shout out to you.
Yeah, thanks, Callie.
Is there anyone that you like love sitting down and writing with?
Yeah, like there's a few people that I love writing with in Nashville. Dylan Guthrow is amazing. He wrote my single with me, my last single that went almost top 20, top 21. Him, Gordy.
Top 21 is like basically top
I know.
20.
I'm just
like,
going to say top
like,
20. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Top 20.
No one's looking at that. Like,
exactly.
It is top 20.
Top 20. Gordy Sampson and Baker Grissom and Dylan Guthrow. I love writing with them. I love writing with Emily. And yeah. Like,
when you ever have ideas, like, do you just sit there and like voice note or like write on your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just like your notes are just nonstop.
My notes are like full of ideas.
And like nonstop. And then like you're finally in that moment, you're in the studio and you're just like,
yeah,
how do I?
I'm like, oh, I should have probably went through all of my notes to see what I wanted to write before I went into this write. And I didn't. So then I'm like going through.
Now you're going through, you're like, in this moment, what do you think is the best for me right now? Oh my God, so fun. So, okay. So I actually saw that you performed in London at a festival, England.
Yes.
How was that? Okay, so I've like really wanted to go to a concert in London.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know why. I just feel like the UK Brits are insane.
Oh yeah,
and like completely different than North America.
So fun.
And how was that like compared like in Europe compared to like performing in here?
It was so cool. Like I feel like they had so many amazing country music bands, which I just like.
Well, because like, you also don't hear country so often in Europe, I feel like, when you're going until you're there and you realize how big of a thing it is.
Yeah, and they're like true country fans. Like they were the nicest, and yeah, it was like a really, really cool experience.
Like, do you feel a different energy out there compared to here?
Yeah, like when I came off stage, like I had like a gigantic lineup for like pictures and autographs and stuff like that. I was like, wow, like this is so cool. It was like I didn't know what to expect, and like that just like was a really cool feeling that I'll never forget.
Do you ever enjoy some of the festivals as a fan after?
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Go to the go do your set whatever,
and then stay and watch. Oh my gosh, of course.
And like, how is that? Did you go to any before actually performing?
Oh yeah.
So like, how was like the difference being like an artist there versus
night and day? Like you just get like the little perks when you're an artist. So like
I'm special.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But it is just like it is. I mean, no matter what, it's just going to a concert and being able to. I used to not like growing up. Where I like kind of grew up, I like don't know if it was just kind of like where I grew up, but like whenever we went out for concerts, and this is probably for anyone who was like a young kid, But like I didn't like going to concerts when I was younger because I feel like you would go to these concerts, you get really drunk with all your friends, people wouldn't even want to watch the concerts, there would be fights, there would be things getting broke out. I honestly hated concerts because like that's what would happen every single time. You weren't actually going there to watch the music or listen to the music. And so like I really didn't enjoy it when I was younger because I'm like, oh, we're gonna go to a concert, there's gonna be a fight, there's gonna be like things are gonna happen.
It was less about the actual music, it was just about being at an event.
Exactly. And it just like wasn't my vibe. I didn't like it. And then once I started getting older, I'm like, I started enjoying concerts, and it's like I just had to find people that actually wanted to go and enjoy the music. And then I loved concerts, but for the longest time I didn't really enjoy them because it wasn't like I got to go and listen to the music. It was like I wanted to go there and literally sit in a corner and like watch the show. Not like,
so funny you say that too, because like I have no musical talents whatsoever. But a couple years ago I was only going to shows for like my favorite artists ever. So like I knew all the lyrics, whatever, everything was great, was having a blast. But it was also too going with people who sometimes it was just like we're just going for a party.
Yeah.
Recently, I guess in the past 2.5 years, and it was mostly since I've been involved with this podcast, we've just met so many different artists. I've been going to so many more shows, and even this year, like I've been to 9 shows already, and I'm like actually sitting there. And my favorite part about going to a show, even if I don't know the artist, is watching the people around me be in love with their favorite artist, right? And watching them enjoy the show. And like it's actually the best moment ever.
Aww,
which even like
I love that.
Like Zach Bryan's amazing, like I love him, but I don't know a lot of his songs. My sister was the biggest fan ever.
Aww.
Last minute we got tickets, sitting there, but even just like watching everyone around us, how much they love the artist, I think that's just such a nice feeling.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
like it's such a wholesome moment.
Yeah,
but I totally understand what you mean about
Yeah.
like going to the shows now. Like you actually appreciate it.
totally. You know, I mean, that's why you're there. So.
That's why you're there.
Yeah.
And actually like seeing them. But I also just, I'm like so obsessed with talent. Like I think you guys are all the most talented people ever. I'm like, holy shit, I cannot, like, what am I doing? Like I cannot write a song, sing anything. Where I was at karaoke on Friday, actually. It was the most painful thing you would ever hear in your life.
Not that bad.
No. Like I looked back, I'm like, why am I?
No. Let me tell you.
Why am I posting this to my stories? Because like even just like listening, I wasn't even in it. Like listening to my friends, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry I posted that of you because this is painful. Have you performed on Broadway in Nashville since you've been there?
I have not actually.
Do you want to?
Yeah, like I think it would be fun to do like a show here now and then on Broadway.
I feel like that sometimes like it's like a nice like surprise.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Show and like you could just have fun with it.
Absolutely. And new fans are new fans. Like you should want to play anywhere, you know?
What is your dream venue to play at?
Ooh, my dream venue to play at. I don't know if I'd say this is like, I mean, I feel like if I was to play like any stadium, that would be sick. But for some reason, I've always had it in my head that I've wanted to play at the Whitewater Amphitheater in Texas.
We have never gotten that answer before, and I actually love that you said that.
Yeah. I just like...
What about it?
I spent some time in Texas for a while, and my one friend used to work there, and it just looks like such a beautiful venue. And like at the time, I really wanted to play there. And so it's something like, and it was kind of like before everything kind of started taking off for me. And I'm sure like there is like bigger, like crazier venues.
No, but it doesn't matter. Like I feel like it just like has to, like those dream venues.
Yeah,
like the reason we
like,
asked is I think it's because it's nice to hear the story of why the artist wants to play there.
Totally.
Like it's not just, oh, I want to play at Madison Square Garden because it's Madison Square Garden. Like obviously that'd be cool, but we want to, like, it's nice to hear why there was a special moment for you there.
It was the first time I ever really, really, really wanted to play somewhere. And like, it just, for me, I'm like, it still is like for some reason, because I wanted it so bad at one time that when I do get that question, I'm like, all I think of is like Whitewater Amphitheater.
That's
you know?
so fun.
Yeah.
Have you seen a show there?
I haven't.
You got to make that happen.
I know.
Who would you want to see though?
I probably want to see Parker McCollum.
Okay.
Just because that was also around the time that I was obsessed with his music, which I still love his music, but at that time, like, I just like loved his music so much. And he's a Texas artist, and like, yeah.
It's kind of like a hometown show.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I just feel like too, like me and Ricky always say, like our just so happens that both of like our dream venues to watch a show at was Red Rocks.
Okay.
And we love like Rufus Du Sol. So
okay,
we went together
cool.
and we had the best time. And it's like, I don't know if it was still amazing regardless, but I don't know if I would be able to relive that same experience.
Yeah.
Given that I saw like one of my favorite artists at one of my like favorite like venues to go see. But I just feel like that's such a cool
No doubt
thing to say. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to go there. Oh my God.
I love that. Oh, did we just say that at the same time?
Who is like your dream artist to like work with that you'd
My
like to
dream
collab
artist
with?
to work with. Oh my God, that would change like all. Like, I feel
Even like maybe on like a writing skill and also like performing skill. So I feel like that's two very different things.
Right now, honestly, it would probably be Charlie Crockett because I'm obsessed with him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fun.
I think it would be really cool. I mean, we were just saying, like, I love Morgan Wallen's music. I love Bailey Zimmerman's music.
I went to the Morgan Wallen show last year, and like everyone there, it was one of my favorite concerts last year just because every single person there was so into it.
Yeah.
And had such a good time, and they were such good performers. Like even like him walking out his like walkout,
Yeah,
kills it.
I would like to write a song with him too because I would like to see like
His process.
Yes, and just like see like because he writes so many good songs. I just I want to see it happen.
Have you been to writing camps before?
Writing camp?
Yeah.
No.
So I've like just like heard of like a lot of artists different going to like writing camps where like they could get put in a studio with like 5 people they've never met before, and it's like a whole week of different process, and it's just
Like a writing retreat?
yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I've done a writing retreat before, yes.
How is that different than like when you're planning on going into like a studio with certain people?
I guess like
Like do you like it or
I do.
yeah?
Yeah. I mean, I still feel like a lot of the times when I'm going to like plan to write with somebody, a lot of the time I don't know who they are anyways, so it's like really no different. But the thing with like a writing retreat, like you're writing like sometimes like how like a couple times a day, and then like a couple different people the next day, and then like by the end of like the week or however long you're there, you have like all these songs, and it's just like really cool.
And like, what do I do with them now?
I love that you called it a writing camp. That
Why,
was
you
so cute.
Why you haven't? I actually so many people called him that.
What?
Yeah.
Really? Oh my God, I guess
'Cause
I'm the one
like-
that doesn't know. I would think a writing retreat.
No, like we've actually had like so many artists come in and be like, oh yeah, we just came back from a writing camp.
I guess I'm the one out of the loop. I've never heard that
See, we learn
before.
something new every single day. I was like sitting there, I'm like, oh shit, like fuck, am I saying something wrong?
I'm sorry.
It's been a long day. It's okay.
But I literally have never heard that before.
Really?
Yeah, I've only heard writing retreat.
Maybe it's like an East Coast thing.
Maybe. I don't know. Or just I'm just, yeah. Yeah, me. Very something Teigen doesn't know a lot of things.
Another thing, I love the way you spell your name.
Thank you.
Because I actually am just, for some reason, nowadays just meeting a lot of Teigans.
Okay.
And all of you spell it differently.
What are like the ones that you've heard? Like
Tegan.
Okay.
Teagan.
Yeah.
Then you Teigen.
Thank you for knowing how to spell my name because a lot of people.
Yours seemed the most natural to me.
Oh my God, thank you.
But I don't know if it's because it's a Canadian thing and everyone else I've met is not Canadian.
I've never met another like Teigen that has
In the UK.
Oh.
Yeah, quite a few.
Wow.
So maybe that's like somehow done. You
No,
never
UK
know.
Girl.
Yeah. Okay, so I know we talked about like what's next for you. What are you most excited about? What's you most excited about for 2024?
I'm really excited to play like a bunch of shows this summer. I got a new set list and new songs and a new show, so like I'm really excited to go out and perform that. And I'm excited to get back in the studio and start recording the next single. That'll be fun. yeah, that's kind of like what I'm really
Do you
excited
have like a
about.
show in particular that you're just like ready to kick it off with?
There is a show that I'm really, 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 I mean, I'm excited for all of them, but there is like one in particular that I can't announce yet that I'm really excited for.
Soon.
Yeah.
I feel like we're gonna see it, and it's people on your channels are just gonna know like this is the one that she's excited for.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
I know. I'm so excited.
And I hope it's close so we can come watch you perform.
It might be. I'm just saying it might be.
Just saying it might be.
It's a possibility.
Oh my God, I love that. It's so fun. Well, we're actually like, I cannot believe it's been 53 minutes right now. I feel like that went by so quickly.
That did go by fast.
But it's fun when we're becoming friends, becoming pals.
I love it, becoming pals.
I know, but I was like, thank you for like making this so easy for me.
Oh my God,
my
same.
First time.
Seriously, no, same. Like, I mean, it wasn't my first time, but
your first time. But, like my first time doing it alone. Like it's like fun, so funny. Like I literally do this once or twice a week, and it's still like I feel like you felt yesterday something you're so used to, but it's still something new.
Yeah, no, that's actually true. I love that. That you like compared that to like one another.
I just like it's different industries, different sides, but like there's always comparisons. There's always similarities.
Absolutely.
But I love it. Okay, so if people want to find out more about what you're doing, what's coming next, where can they go? Where can they find you?
Well, I'm on all social medias. You can find me on TikTok. I have Instagram and Facebook, and I have a website, TeigenGayes.com. I mean, if you just search Teigen Gayes on all my platforms, you can find me on there. And same with like iTunes and Spotify and Amazon Music and YouTube Music. I'm on there as well, just Teigen Gayes.
And you got some new music videos coming out.
And I got some new music videos coming, so I got all the fun things.
And new tour dates. So thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun. I'm so glad I got to break like your, like, I guess like your virginity.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like we're both at the tip of our tongues. Like, do we say it? Do we not? This is like my solo podcast virginity.
Yeah, solo podcast virginity. That's what I was
We'll leave
going
it
for.
there. But thanks so much for listening. If you made it to the end, please give Teigen a follow. Give me a follow. Ricky, who's not here because he bailed tonight, so we'll give him shit for that after. But thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
You like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes and every high. Got alone with no one thing. And I